I'm Master Sergeant Andrew Biscoe here with a Did You Know section of the Westover operations that we see today. And inside this hangar, one of the multitude of old hangars here on the flight line, burrowed inside Hangar 7 is the Maintenance Operations Center. And we're here today talking with the folks that run this operation here, which is a lot of people don't see because it's inside this great big hangar that we have here. But we decided to come over here and find out, what does the MOC do? They call it the MOC, and we'll speak a little acronym there, but what does the MOC do and how does it affect the C5 operations here at Westover? And with me today is Tech Sergeant Jason Reynolds, who is one of the traditional reservists slash air reserve technicians slash civilians that are involved with the operation of this whole facility here. And how long have you worked here, Jason?
A little over 4 years.
And what is your main job here that you do as far as the maintenance operations of these huge jets?
We're actually production controllers, so we monitor all maintenance and everything going on the flight line. We coordinate maintenance, we monitor all the launches and recoveries, and we keep everybody up the chain informed of everything going on so they can make the decisions they need to make.
And that's a big job because, what is there, 400 or 500 maintenance workers here at the base?
Yeah, about that.
And is this staffed 24 hours a day like the command post?
24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We have people here all the time.
And the activities, as far as how busy you guys get, does it fluctuate with the airplanes coming in and out, the locals and the...
Yeah, depending on how many planes come in or out, depending on what's actually going on the flight line, how many missions we have coming up, obviously the tempo will go up or down as required. Like I said, everyone who works here, we have a set amount of planes we usually monitor, and we just maintain everything and make sure everything goes as scheduled. So.
And what do you guys fall under? I know you're maintenance, but is it there's the 3 maintenance squadrons, but which squadron do you fall under?
We actually fall under MSG due to the recent reorganization, so okay. We are actually part of the MSG.
Okay, so for a lot of people that may have seen in the recent Patriot, we talked about the changes yet again in the Air Force maintenance community, where the former maintenance operations squadron fell under the maintenance group. And there's always changes in the Air Force, especially with a great big operation like maintenance. But tell us a little bit more about what you guys anticipate with the C5Ms coming.
Hopefully it's actually a positive change. There should be a lot less engine issues and things of that nature, so hopefully it's, along with any other kind of retrofit they do, is usually a good thing. So
we've been told that the first C5M, which will be a huge change here for the base, will be here in 2016. And as a matter of fact, we just saw on the news today that Travis is getting one of their first C5Ms. The C5M at Westover will be a huge change for all of us here that work at the base, but also for the surrounding communities, because people have already called our public affairs office asking why that plane was so quiet when it flew over their house. And we explained to them that it's the retrofitted, those new powerful engines that the M model's using. What other C5s do you oversee here besides ours?
Basically any base that comes in. Martinsburg comes in, Dover, any base that stops over at Westover, we basically monitor and help assist, and then it usually takes off from there.
The MOC is the center of all Westover maintenance operations. It enables expediters and maintainers to communicate planeside, increasing maintenance efficiency across the flight line with one of the Air Force's most complicated airframes. The staff in the MOC also monitor all Westover assigned C5s as they make their way across the world, or whether they're flying right here in the Pioneer Valley on local training missions, or over northern New England with KC-135 tankers from Pease Air National Guard Base or Bangor Air National Guard Base up in Maine. Here back at Westover, the MOC staff also monitors C5s coming in for ISO inspections, isochronal that is, coming in from Travis Air Force Base, California, Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, Martinsburg, West Virginia, and Dover Air Force Base, Delaware. We're here with Senior Master Sergeant Robert Rodrigue, who is the section chief of the Maintenance Operations Center. He's going to tell us a little bit about one of the biggest chapters of Westover history that's coming up soon, the C5M.
Yes, we're expecting to probably put our first C5M around, or our first B model, into RERP mode roughly around September.
And what is the RERP? For those people that, I mean, we know a lot of the acronyms, but...
Re-engineering program.
Okay.
For the C5s, as you know. The new M's are CF6s with those engines on there, and they're modifying a lot of the equipment on the aircraft as well. Also, with the M's, it's supposed to help save the fuel costs and allow aircraft to carry more weight and also take off in a shorter distance. The engines are more powerful, much more.
And that's a big change going from those, 1960s vintage engines?
Yeah, the old engines that we used to have out there, they weren't producing enough power. We'd had at times lack of power, and we couldn't go into Germany without having at least a 23-degree engine, margin engine. So what they came up with is a new hot section at HT90, as everybody's well aware of, on the engines, and that was just to buy us some time till we get to the M's.
And how will the maintenance people here, including you folks, train up for these new engines? I mean, that's a huge change for all of you guys.
We're just going to be taking it a little bit at a time. We're sending people through school here shortly, and at the same time with the ISOs going on and having M models come in and get inspected, some of our guys are getting the training at that point as well.
Well, we're going to let you get back to monitoring airplanes here with all the work you guys do, and we thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you, sir.
The MOC staff also are well aware of the future of Westover, with eyeing the first C5B that is scheduled to leave Westover for Lockheed Martin, the manufacturer of the C5, very shortly. The first C5B is scheduled to go to Lockheed Martin in March of 2015. The Air Force plans to modify all 52 C5Bs, of which there are 16 here at Westover.